Once the Akame Network opens up in Like A Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, you'll be able to encounter the Quizzy Quester. This quirky character is uniquely focused on asking Joryu tough questions about Sotenbori. If you haven't been studying the map, you'll likely end up getting stumped by some of these questions. While you don't technically need to get them right to complete the Quester's missions, if you do, you'll be rewarded with a cash prize. So naturally, we've compiled all the answers to the questions in the video you're about to see. So once you've gained access to a ton of stroll and patrol missions, you'll be able to start visiting the Quizzy Quester on West Shofukucho. The Quizzy Quester shares a building with the Wild Jackson restaurant on the west side of Sotenbori, right next to where you can find all the Sotenbori lockers. Just head next door, go to the second floor, and you can find him inside the office. The stroll and patrol missions open up in waves, so you won't be able to complete all these missions straight away. Moreover, if multiple Challenge the Informant missions are technically available, you'll need to leave the office and return later before the Quester will provide you with your next question. I've personally found if you just run across the nearby bridge and then run back, you can then go on to the next question with him. So let's move on to the first question, and get ready for all the names I'm about to butcher horribly. The first challenge to the informant will ask you the question, what's the shop in Sotenbori that sells okonomiyaki called? The answer to this is Hiratai. Get this right on your first attempt and you'll receive an additional 10,000 yen on top of the 400 points and 15,000 yen prize. And now let's move on to the second question. There's a place in southeast Sotenbori called Ashitaba Park. If you got a bird's eye view of it, what shape would it be? This one's pretty easy to answer because you can just open your map and look at the park, which is located on the southeastern side of the map. It only takes a quick glance at it to realise that it's shaped like a triangle, so make sure you give that answer. And just like the previous question, if you get it right on your first attempt, you'll receive an additional 10,000 yen on top of the 400 points and 15,000 yen you'll get anyway. Alright then, let's move on to question number 3. Above the entrance to Club Sega, there's a billboard of one of the 7 lucky gods, the Warrior King Bishamonten. What's he wearing on his head? Club Sega can be found on the north side of Sotenbori across the bridges, and it's pretty easy to spot that he's wearing a helmet. And again, it's the same prize as before, 10,000 yen if you get it right the first time, with an additional 400 points and 15,000 yen anyway. Moving on to question number 4. What type of onigiri is not sold at the free Poppo stores in Sotenbori? Now, the free Poppo stores are pretty much as far away from each other as they can be, and you're not going to want to run around, are you? So the answer to this is the plum onigiri. You'll get an extra 10,000 yen if you get this right on your first attempt, as well as 600 points and 20,000 yen. Moving on to question number 5. The question here is, what's the most expensive booze you can drink here in Sotenbori? The answer to this is black champagne. Get it right on your first try, and again you'll receive an additional 10,000 yen on top of 600 points and 20,000 yen. And as a side note, I don't actually know where you can find the black champagne, so please don't hate me for the fact that I can't show it and how much it costs right now. And we move on to our final question. There's a certain karaoke bar in Shofukucho with a woman's name. It's called New What? Now, if you haven't already been for karaoke, then shame on you. It's a staple of the series and one of the best things to do. Anyway, the answer is New Momoko. For this one, you'll receive 10,000 yen if you get it right on your first attempt, as well as 800 points and another 30,000 yen. So those are all the correct answers for the Quizzy Quester in Like A Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. I've been Luke Gould, thanks for watching, and check out thegamer.com for more.